Canada's Immigration Minister Mark Miller said that the Liberal government will introduce a temporary 2-year cap on student visas. This will result in the issue of only about 364,000 visas in 2024. Here are some other recent news about the visa rules. Study permit applications now require attestation letters from provinces. Canada has doubled the funds needed to be eligible for a student visa. The temporary lift on the 20-hour work limit for international students has been extended until April 30, 2024. Canada also has emphasized that its commitment is going to ensure about protecting international students from potential vulnerabilities and exploitation by private players. According to unconfirmed reports, it should take around 8 weeks to receive a valid visa after submitting biometrics to the IRCC with a valid visa application. The new proposals will also set limits on postgraduate work permits issued to foreign students, which will likely encourage them to return to their home countries. The permits were previously seen as an easy path to securing permanent residency. People pursuing master's or postdoctorate programs will be eligible for a 3-year work permit. If you're already in Canada, don't worry at all. Spouses of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible, Miller said. The acceptance of new study permit applications in 2025 will be subject to reassessment at the end of the current year, he said. So, is it that the Canadian government is cracking down on something? Canada has emerged as a popular destination for international students since it is relatively easy to obtain work permits after finishing courses. But the surge in international students led to acute shortage in rental apartments, which pushed up the rentals. Just in December, rents nationwide rose 7.7% from a year earlier, according to StatsCan. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's popularity has taken a hit mainly due to the affordability crisis, and the opposition Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre has taken a commanding lead over Trudeau in opinion polls ahead of an election next year. Apart from the rental crisis, the government has also been concerned about the quality of education provided by some of the institutions. Are you or your spouse going to be impacted? Let's see. International students are also a cash cow for universities, as they bring in roughly around Canadian dollar 22 billion annually. That's $16.4 billion in US dollars. And the move will hurt many institutions that had ramped up their campuses in the hope of a continued inflow of students. Ontario, the most populous province, received the biggest share of international students. Some businesses, including restaurants and retail sectors, have warned that a cap on foreign students will create shortage of temporary workers. Restaurants across Canada are already grappling with labor shortages, with nearly 100,000 vacancies, and international students made up 4.6% of 1.1 million workers in the food service industry in 2023, a lobby group told Reuters the last week. Canadian banks had benefited from the influx of new students, as each student was required to have a guaranteed investment certificate (GIC) of more than, say, Canadian dollar 20,000, a prerequisite for international students to cover living expenses. The vast majority, about 40% of foreign students, come from India, with China coming in second with about 12%, according to official data from 2022. That's all in the session as an update. I would highly recommend you subscribing to our channel to be on top of updates like this. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful rest of the day today. Bye.